over the next 2 days, we're going to distill the most important things you need to absolutely know about the design and the conduct of case control studies. I want to keep it very simple, where we're going to make sure everybody understands, so there is no assumption of knowledge here. Here's a picture that tries to, in a very simple way, summarize some of the more familiar study designs that we might know of. If we imagine that the red puzzle is the exposure and the green one is the outcome, then you can see how different studies behave in terms of how we capture the red and the green together. So for example, in cross-sectional studies, we are capturing the exposure and the outcome at the same time. That's what we call it cross-section. You take a cross-section and everybody's captured simultaneously. Obviously, the challenge with that is we don't know, did the green one come before the red one, or did the red one come before the green one? Well, the answer is we don't know. So cross-sectional studies pose a dilemma because of the chicken and the egg scenario. Did the chicken come before the egg, or did the egg come before the chicken? We don't know. But the bottom line is that in cross-sectional studies, both the exposure and the outcome are measured at the same time in a single snapshot of time. In a cohort study, we start with the exposure. Exposure is in one hand, but on the other hand, we don't have the outcome yet. And the goal is to figure out the outcome. So what do? We start with what we have in our hand, and we follow people over time such that we look at the exposed and non-exposed groups and see over time who has developed more of the outcome, which group has had a higher percentage of those who've developed the outcome. So that's what we're doing with a cohort study. We're starting with the exposure in hand. So we have groups that are exposed versus non-exposed. And what we don't have is the outcome. That's what we're trying to figure out. And that's why we'll follow people over time. That's a cohort study. Now, when you flip a cohort study, you get what we call a Trohoc study. Trohoc is simply when you read cohort backwards, that gives you Trohoc. So that's one of the names for a case control study. A case control study is also called a Trohoc, because unlike a cohort, we have in our hand the outcome and we're trying to go back in time to figure out what led to this outcome. So this is a very simplistic way of summarizing those three major study designs and trying to understand what they are in a snapshot. The limitations of the case control study should be immediately obvious from just this representation, because here you have individuals who have the outcome and some who do not have the outcome. And you're trying to compare these two to say, I wonder why this guy had the outcome that this other one did not have the outcome. We see challenges already in the kinds of biases that might creep in with regards to Trohoc studies, also called case control studies.
If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. Click the bell icon to turn on notifications. Got questions or suggestions? Drop them in the comments below, and remember to share this video with your friends and colleagues who might find it useful. Chisquares, democratizing knowledge.